He sprouts butterfly wings, telling stories from banned books crafted from plates of reincarnated slave masters, clan members, Trump supporters, who are cursing our servants so turning his hands, tired of rotating this universe that's right at the rise of the galaxy. For we will not celebrate in the solar system that can be traveled by men who colonize comets like Columbus, extend borders over the moon with cold hearts, deploying ice raids to space control, commanding immigrants to freeze, continually calling aliens illegally on a planet, countries that they believe is given to them by God, and that's why they hate history. That pulls back curtains of the Constitution, that's of many bodies, patriotic, lips cracked, that's pain, short eyes, to red, white, and blue strip backs, peel back layers of lies, the form of fireworks, that light the 4th of July sky, telling them freedom of slaves to stop the beat, bloodied, bound, and blinded for going for 89 years. That we will celebrate the cosmos. That we will celebrate the cosmos. You let them know that we will return back to the outer culture of America and heal with our liberation songs, sharing the stories, the names of our ancestors that are being enjoyed until it vibrates through the whole environment. These motherfuckers about to learn how to deal with it. Poem. So yeah, we just gonna keep going. We're just gonna keep going in the poem. Playing honestly, I love it. The band, they're amazing. They make the poetry sound 10 times cooler. So
switch it up on him.
Instructions on how to love you. 1. Tell me of narratives that made you. Chapters of childhood that made you. Stories of work drama that you will report as soon as I ask, how was your day? 2. Just remember that I got ADHD, and at some point the talk will turn to background noise, eyes slowly glazing over like a sunset, slowly going off into another galaxy. 3. Treat me like a warm refuge during the winter. Home that makes open for you to enter more. No ghost rooms that I walk up parts of myself away from the world. 5. Allow me to show you affection. Hugs that live intention, shoulders and fingers. Find home with the vacant spots of your hands. 6. Allow me my me time. Even when it feels like rejection or a way I avoid talking about you. 7. Sometimes I avoid talking about you. I'm afraid how truthful is struck. And it broke playing football, so I never would have to get hit. All my lips are down, so I keep balls up and underneath or down. I have learned how to be there for others more than I am for myself. God, these instructions feel like a child. Contradicting imperfections 10. Understanding because I'm still learning how to follow my own direction. This is funky, I like this, so we're gonna do something. A poem called Curtis Mayfield's Pusher Man auditions as depression. Yeah, they're getting funky on me, so I'm gonna switch it up to that real quick. Curtis Mayfield's Pusher Man auditions as depression. I'm your mother's Holy Ghost. Even a prayerful practice. I'm your daddy's dark thoughts he ignored through 9 to 5 distraction. Both have to say that. I don't do this. Boy, I ain't the nigga in the alley and the queen dream. Never get a rich self-esteem, but your boy sleeps by the pound. I will. That means you won't touch me. Remember, the time you was trying to doctor this, I was doctoring baby over before bed. Friends never wake up. Your friends who can flip the out of shame to a brick. Keep your soul head down. The man or the CEO pride. It was something about the control blade. Same blade. Dope boy shoes behind closed doors. Where they break down. Straight falling past limits. Bad up close to some put the big buckets. I'm a hustle who hates your heart. Orders your willpower. Keys, block your mind when you open the door knock. That sound like welfare checks when you hear battleground. You feel afraid of the cops, ignoring their calls, ignoring their calls, ignoring their calls. Same way you ignore your stomach. Same way you brush off like listen to read on the feel that you're so good at coming up against. I mean, you broke watch your boss play spades. Observe how you get cards close to chest. That poker face with stress. Thought you had a fold under pressure. Now you just chip off the old block, boy. Acting super fly to them. Keeping secrets and lie to them. Lie to them. But how long can it go? For you trip over my hurdle. Chasing these highs in rotation. Praying, this to your pulse. Pump gas, I'm your pusher, man. And I still won't go demons. Head split like church. I'm at the pews and pulpits. Preaching pastors and dragging me down. Tell every cell in your body that you can never be free. As long as I'm your God, you can never make the world that you want to be. I'm your sister. Your sister's behind the roofs for my hits. Your uncle's eyes like over for my shit. You nothing. Locked the phone, naked for moving weights. Pushing my product behind these brand stuff that I know you ain't never been to jail before. Tally how many times you curse your thoughts and speak to thoughts and find a real conscience. You become a danger to yourself. But when in the day, when you bust up the curse, jump off that cliff for the fear of high hold you down. Don't you see? This is more than suicide violation. Sadness that has expiration. Quick fix through rehabilitation. Some addiction you facing.
Good.
I know you can make it. I know you can break. That's why I treat my customers. Why it's the smoke over your eyes when you believe yourself to be a man about circumstance. You know, people there in the hood, I'm sticking together with demands. I'm the punch bad machine. Turn you off your couch, everything goes black. You'll re-up that always keeps you running back lying. Push it, man. Oh. Alright, so we're gonna do so like I said, I published my fourth poetry book just last April. It's called I Took the Wrong Path, just about a lot of reflections on grief, black mental health and trauma and all that. And I'm gonna read a poem for the book, and I'll read a poem for y'all real quick.
Yeah.
You know, we try to make literacy a cool thing, you know, so let me read this book. If you like it, there's like 34 other poems in the book. Alright, let's see, which one are we gonna read? To cry is to clearly reveal yourself. To cry is to clearly reveal yourself. That self that stays so surface, that don't dare go skin deep where depression lies, telling yourself stories of how you good, how you straight, how you alright, how you all fight dog with bark and bites, though howls whistle through your spirit. Keeping it all together in fear of falling apart and facing facts that you're just like the rest of us. Who were taught that we was weak, the weakness got the best of us. Who were told that we like go south, keep feelings far west of us. Who were given rituals that demanded we rip heart from our chests. While taught to tears deserve our fears. Though to cry is to clearly reveal yourself. That self holding strong face. Like flex armpits above a sea of sorrow that you ain't been taught how to swim within, so you fear drowning. Losing yourself in grief that comes in waves, holding back that tsunami, erupting, ready to explode past that clenched jaw, hoping that the flood walls hold them together, praying you don't crack, praying you don't bend, praying you can hide behind your anger before exposing your wounds, punch a brick building before dropping your arms to earth in submission to sadness, giving into self that feels like giving up. Give yourself permission to admit that life hurts sometimes. To realize that our definition of strength been hiding behind words just like us. Masquerading as flexed muscles, pushing against weights, when it's really letting self shed all the weight. Feeling no more need to fight feelings. To cry is to clearly reveal yourself. The self that still feels. That still bleeds, that still heals, just like the rest of us. Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, brother, you let me. I got like 20 poems in my brain, so you let me know when to stop. You know,
You the feature.
Sweet. You said what?
You the feature.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I just gotta let it be known. Next one's on fatherhood and being present.
That's a good setup.
Yo, big man. When you go cold walking away from your son, just remember, he's gonna be grown one day. Yeah, he's gonna be grown one day. He's gonna have hair. He's gonna have heart. He's gonna have hate. He gonna see boys at playgrounds with their pops, schools with their fathers, church with their dads. He gonna wonder, where the hell you at?
That's good.
He gonna be blaming his mother, just like you, but he gonna be blaming himself when he see his reflection in dirty dishwater, feeling as if he is stained that can't be scrubbed. He gonna wonder how you so easy wash your hands of that. Woo! Set fire to that barber eating within his chest. Know that he's trying to tame that flame, and he gonna be trying his best at school. He gonna be trying his best to pick the games in the park. He gonna be trying his best to shove and your management. He gonna be trying his best while feeling like you did him the worst.
That's good.
As his shoulders strip away whatever he's trying. As he starts to believe that you're fake, because he was told that real men don't run and hide, so he outside, looking towards anything as a guide. Where the power rules, passions, and red pill prescriptions. Takes the heart of friends to feel commitments. A simple, man, I'm gonna hit you back up and feeling a little too familiar. Like the last footsteps of you he heard from the porch. Like the first time he realized you wasn't coming back. You ain't just walking out of the board with the most important part of yourself, so big man. Big man. Before you feel that warmth, walking towards your son, just remember he's gonna be grown one day. Yeah, he's gonna be grown one day. He's gonna have hair. He's gonna have heart. He's gonna have love. He's gonna see when you laugh, cry, make mistakes, and I swear he's gonna see you just the same. Like how stars look in the night sky, like how we look at birds soaring past clouds. He's always gonna see you at soaring highest, even when you at your lowest. Even walk that big path that you lost before, he's always gonna trust your direction. Find comfort in your protection. And he knows gonna need it, but he's gonna copy that kind of compassion, you see. He's gonna paint whatever was planted in him. So when you tell him that he's your world, he'll believe in that painted in him. Even when it comes to compassion and self-confidence, even when walking through valleys so ominous, his mind and heart will stay fixed on your promises. Not just by your words, but by your present moment. But how you answer your son's question. Did you see me do that? Or how you build a room when y'all play with Legos? I know a handful of fathers who fall in silence. My brother Burks battles for his boys and daughters every day. My brother Preston Amos one of his son's soccer games. My brother Crazy brings his kids to his concerts with my dad. My dad taught me to give to others before I give it to myself. So don't believe that rhetoric that says black fatherhood is fiction. Just know. Big man. Before you choose to see the sunset or sunrise, just know they're gonna be grown one day. They're gonna be grown one day. Oh. Okay, this one is about a fight that I saw. It's a fight we all see. We just don't realize it's a fight sometimes. Sometimes we do, but it'll resonate a little bit. So, I know y'all saw how Street got hit by gentrification. Oh, did it? That was the meanest fight I'd ever seen. I mean, did y'all see how the man moved? Swinging so fast and slow at the same time. I mean, the man hit Street so hard that Street crumpled. Like hammers and drills to concrete, causing cracks to ripple through roads, rib cages, he bled out. Down the boulevard from pothole, puff pipe packed with pixie dust, I had a paranoid of police. Right on bench, next to park where roads and catch the morning shuttle. Yeah, rise from corners, a prostitute or pedals as you walk past liquor store who spilled his beer and stuck through pockets for profit to pay as he cracked his neck for some of her nectar. This man was so distracted, he ain't noticed new neighbors jumping streets right in front of his son Sawyer with daughters double dutch. I mean, Whole Foods came and took off half Street's block. Swung a punch before pawn shop had time to put on pants, before apartments had time to pack their belongings, before Martin Luther King Drive had time to pump his brakes, before the man aimed to pull trigger on both playground and basketball courts, cleaning up street for Target to move in, as he shoot his shot with Starbucks, covering casualties with condos, breweries, bookstores will move green and eco-friendly sacks at dispensaries, forcing street pharmacists to liquidate the departments, selling them medicinals for 74% off original price or property tax, so they're being upcut with the third shift office fee. And y'all believe what the county building said. The county building said, hey, at least it discourages violence in the street. I mean, you can only beat streets so far as it's willing to dance, right? And these New York streets, they're gonna get tired of competing at some point. The Chicago streets gonna be so dismissed with depression that they're smoking more than one joint. And these LA streets, they don't get dug into like needles to skin of kin who drown in sea without paddles or skid row, but you won't hear that story. You won't hear that story because economics go by late night news, talking that bullshit, talking about how gentrification's dedication brought ties to the community, handing out Citizen of the Year plaques for public service and infrastructure for their unity. The economics goes weak and equality and corruption be carried off his casket of cost of living. Leaving an individual where gas stations come together to pour out 40 ounces over streets at churches for the prayers and sermons while wearing R.I.P. affordable housing t-shirts. They'll name the bottom black this new piece of this next week smells like stroke. Dying in arms of JJ Chicken and Fish under eyebooks at the body shop. The duplex, this nation defined by DoorDash, community members, Jews to Gentiles, grandmas, ghettos who grind to bone to be ground to bone by white settler, hip to conservative newcomers who plant flag on the ground, who were part of the tools for feet before forgetting who she was after moving on up to the east side, like the Jeffersons, doing her people dirty, families in the pool, head nods and other books which regrets. So you must believe, since last time we see gentrification beat on the streets. Y'all better not miss the next fight. Because the black guys battle rap police. They'll be down in the block of liquor store. Up alley whose home was raided weeks ago. Across the park, police left boys' body boom. Back with bullets by back streets. The beat on body. No crowd. He's civilian and badge. Native the foot soldier. A walking guard into a wager of war. Pupils turn marksmen who only know how to shoot straight. Chamber filled with memories of unprovoked pat downs, unwarranted car searches, threats given before body kits were invented, and eyes that burn with the rage. They will coach the reporter, give them ropes on how to approach these fights, spare no punchline, lift no rocky arms and surrender, just get ready to go in. Butters to interrogation that sound like a chorus, repeating to these eyes and look of cross-examining contradictions that lock the many innocent men with bars to eyes that can spit a mean 16 without saying a word. Freestyling First Amendment rights, making others angry with echoes of King killed off topic of procedures. The police are just doing their job, just doing their routine work, just making U-turns from MC to Bible man, cipher to Bible verse, lyrical liturgy read over caskets. If the law crucified Jesus, nailed the hands of George Floyd, here we have to tell the body was fear, what makes these black eyes kick the eye kick to a cross. Only choice I have in this position is to place scenarios like gangster, so plots, what's called fantasy, no longer seem unrealistic. So eyes glare towards pistol pointed towards police, with rounds that can be heard from 9th building to the county building to 9th Street. The strong standing door that goes much deeper than that. much more real than political poetry. More ancient than air in which our breath by cadence since days. This is waste of war. But the soldiers deal with duty and destruction. Wearing badges, costing blood, that gave BPK's administrative leave on canvas, and left to wear the tree. You see, this need be an ongoing discipline, especially when things time for today. Ain't nobody gonna wait for ain't nobody gonna pray for the need of the move. Nobody's gonna get my record scratch today. You just gonna turn the table to face this anger, this fear, so you feel as if you're fighting for your life. Just like we do. Whoa. Right. So we're gonna do. We go for 3 more in my house, feeling, brother man. I don't want to take up too much time. You said 2?
Yeah, do one and come back.
Do 1 and come back. I got you. Let's do. You know, I'm gonna read some new shit to y'all. I know everything's been new shit, but this is gonna be like new shit. Can y'all say new shit?
New shit.
Hey, okay, so this is like new. So I'm in graduate school right now for creative writing. And yeah, appreciate that. So I wrote this joint last semester. So I forget what the prompt is, but we've been really, political, which, you gotta be in this space and time. I feel like I ask myself all the time, like to be poetry, you got a responsibility to be political, but also you got a responsibility to talk about life. So this is gonna be just like a little life one if we can. It's gonna be kind of like a little love story, joint, imagery and all that. So we're gonna do that one for y'all real quick.
Yeah, love still exists, I think.
When we sit along Michigan River, at Genesis of fall, when leaves begin once again to shrink themselves to cold climates whose truth be bone-chilling, while sun still paints world around us a warm gold, as her brown hands find themselves caressed within mine, eyes resting in each other's, seeing past pupil beds, as if we can see each other's dreams, wanting nothing more nor less than the present moments. I will have to clear my throat, anxious hearts, to confess to her that she is not the first woman to whom I've written poems to. I prematurely pen personifications for partners who don't speak language of notebook pages. I've wasted many metaphors on a marriage that called for me to masquerade around my emotions till heart ached, of fabrications I fed to keep peace, though it broke me to pieces. Fractured me to fragment sentences, syntax showing up in syntax errors, writers blocked with the loss of words from watching mine given to good hearts crushed under bad choices. I burned notebooks full of rhymes written in romance, similes that were like a slow dance that bruised feet till toes lost rhythm, went numb, isolated, kept pearls in heart pockets that some days had holes in them, stitched seams whose integrity broke and fell into infatuation like a depthless pond. With enough water to feel the rush, yet shallow enough to shatter bones upon impact. I've hurt myself for superficial versions of love, sold myself for counterfeit courtship, my best lines given to women whose names I no longer remember. All that remains is me, a journal who beyond hardcover holds pages that are torn, ripped, scorched, but honest. When I tell her of my chapters, praying that glimmer in her eyes don't die, I will tell her that all that is left is me and these poems, that I will be honored to give her every day by pen and presentness, service and solitude, full self in all my joys, fears, scars that still need to heal. Like the fall leaves, I would want to shrink to the cold, but I pray I'm sustained by warmth of her gold eyes, that I will forever have the honor to see for many falls to come. Poem. Thank y'all. I'll be right back up. Thank y'all again. Appreciate that.
Give it again for Mr. Ob, y'all. This is a love poem I think I just say. Bittersweet memories That is all I can take. And coming to the stage, the Jackson and Jennifer. Going back to the stage. Make sure you tip your bartender. I forgot his name. What's his name, the bartender? I don't know his name. Make sure you tip your bartender. You need to tip. Oh, your bartender. You need to tip. Your Jennifer and Jason.
Stopped it right when I felt my help coming in.
What song?
Okay.
You know, Jesus, these past couple of years I've been going through things, good and bad. But you know what? At the end of the day, girl, it's still all love. Oh, baby. Fade away, past the You know what, Jen? I want to go back to the old days. You know, back to the times when you were loving your woman, when you were loving your man, when you were kissing, when you were holding, you know, all that kind of stuff. When you were cooking for your man.
Cook every day for my man.
When you were loving him, spending time with your man,
Quality time with you.
you know, that's what love is.
Because I love
What
you.
you do. Oh,
Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I wasn't quite.
It's all good. You got it.
Right. So the poet who's on before me is way more professional than I am. Okay. All right. So this one I call poetry. I am a poet. I have no formal teachings, just a natural talent to see the truth behind the veil. My poetry started off as therapy, not made for others to see. After decades of silence, I started to understand that the world needs me. I'm not afraid to say your God only teaches hate. My poetry is not for slams. My poetry is not for old white men, and definitely not for the approval of universities. My poetry is for the enslaved mind. My poetry is a key opening minds that want to be free. My poetry will allow you to actually see the chains wrapped around you. And for that, I say to you, my friends, you're welcome. Because I have the courage to shine my light, I will show you through my poetry why the revolution will not be televised, because the revolution is in the mind. Keep listening to me and you will see the road to heaven is narrow and only a few walk through. So do not follow the masses, because they will walk you straight to hell. My poetry will make the weak uncomfortable. My poetry will crack you open so you can allow your starlight to shine. So when you see Novocaine as a feature, just know it should really say teacher. All right, the next one. Okay, this one. I wrote this one last year actually for Black Poetry Month for SOS. I love this place has awakened the poet in me, so I'm so grateful for SOS.
Let's go.
All right, so this one I called Free Your Mind. The revolution will not be televised, because the revolution is in the mind. It happens from within, in the shadows, with your reflection. Y'all are still not reaching out. Y'all, yes, my bad. It happens from within, in the shadows, with your reflection. Yet y'all are still reaching out, outside of you for fulfillment. The women think they need a ring, and the men just a little hot thing. Love bombs are trauma bonds, creating erosions in the soul. The collective consciousness is paying the price. Little girls never seeing the meaning of life through the false lashes, because that too needs to stick out as much as their asses. Little boys never knowing it's okay to cry, so they grow up giving their girlfriends black eyes. You're also afraid of change, you won't break your chains. Heal your inner child, because the revolution is in the mind.
Yeah.
Alright, this is the last one I have for y'all. Okay, this one is called Forgotten. Apparently, the human species has forgotten what it means to be a human being, has forgotten common courtesy. We're okay with having sex and no text, to where we're okay with selling our souls for 2-day delivery, to where we're okay with genocide across the sea, as long as we don't see, because out of sight, out of mind, and blinded, we have lost our minds. And now we are empty shells on conveyor belts, waiting to be filled. Apparently, the human species is for sale. We're okay with selling our souls for dopamine, but what is dopamine if we are not free? That might have confused you, because you think you live in a democracy, the land of the free. What a fucking mockery. So let me rewind it back. The human species has forgotten what it takes to be human. I wrote this poem because I'm in my feelings, because I'm a human being with feelings, because I can't act like soul ties don't last, because I can't pretend to be okay with friends with benefits, because what is the benefit if we are not authentic? Yeah! Am I talking to a brick wall? Do you all have the balls to break free of this mental slavery? And remember, we are human beings, not numbers. We are not consumers. We have forgotten to be humans. Maybe it's because we are shopping for people on apps, swiping right till we get it right instead of meaning IRL. What a fucking fail. And I'm in my feelings because I feel like I'm the last human being that remembers we are not numbers.
Novocaine out here, right? Okay, so, you know, it's all on Sunday. So, I haven't seen my phone, but is Myrtle in the building? Myrtle, are you here? Dawn is right there? Give it up for Myrtle. She just walked in. Hold on, now what about that? I'm gonna go back to the big one. give me the big TV image. She's like, whoa. I wear cymbals and all that shit. The guitar, Mark, are you ready, man? Okay. Yeah, give me something big. You make me feel like she's special. Yeah. Coming to the stage. You probably seen it at Walmart. You probably seen it at Dolce & Gabbana. You probably seen it at Balenciaga. You probably seen it on TV images. You might have even seen it on BET and at the Grammys. Give it up for Sorry, they're jazz musicians. They don't go to church.
Oh, it felt like church. It felt like church. That's a good thing, though. That's a good thing.
Well, he gotta go here. Turn it back up.
Do you know, how does this work? I'm sorry. I didn't know it was an open, like, thing.
Just do your thing. That's it.
How did... Just start singing?
Yeah.
You get here. Nobody's supposed to be here.
Take some time and take care
she comes to the stage. We still there. We got Donna over there. Mr. Oz up there closing us out. Come on, Donna. Give it up for Donna.
I'm talking this evening. Maybe a little bit of singing in between the talking, but I'm going to be talking. You know, a lot of people get pigeonholed around here. They get pigeonholed in certain aspects. You know, if you're good at comedy, folks think you just funny all the time, right? You're good at singing, folks that's all you do. But sometimes I speak. This isn't my own words. This is not my own words, but this is the words of a man that I admired from a very young age, a very young girl that I was when I heard about this poet named Paul Laurence Dunbar. Paul Laurence Dunbar was a phenomenal man, a phenomenal writer, a phenomenal poet. And what he wanted to do was he wanted to put our culture on display in a way in which no one else maybe understood it. And one way he did that was he wrote his poems